Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. I'm a dating and relationship expert specializing in helping you get your ex back. And welcome back, No Contact Army. Have you been a good little soldier or a bad little soldier? And if you too would like to join the No Contact Army, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button and you're in. And to read the No Contact Army manual, go to nocontactsecrets.com, where you can download 2 free chapters before purchasing the book. Today I want to talk about whether no contact will work on a friend with benefits. I have an email here from a client of mine that I did a coaching session with, and he outlined everything beforehand, and I have his permission to use it, of course. So we're going to find out if it will work on a friend with benefits, but it could also apply to whether it will work on someone you dated casually, someone you did not have exclusivity with, someone you went on one date with. Will it work? So I'll read through his story and then I will tell you what I think. So he starts off with, I'm a former U.S. Army soldier, retired cop, detective, and now training to be a firefighter. So obviously he's very strong physically. I dated a woman for approximately 16 months and we stopped seeing each other 6 months ago. We're both in our 50s. The first 6 months of our relationship, quote unquote, was essentially a friends with benefits situation where we saw each other approximately 2 to 4 times per month, and it was essentially just sex after the first 2 dinner dates. We eventually started developing feelings, and after about the first 6 months, she said she would like to see me more. I agreed. So that was a bit of a red flag for me, only because if you're having sex with a woman, she will tend to become attached a lot sooner than 6 months. So the fact that it took her 6 months to say that she wanted to see you more tells me that you may not be the only person she's seeing. A little while later, I asked what we actually were. And that was his first mistake. And by the way, anything I say here about him, I've already told him on the phone, so it's not going to be a surprise. That's a beta move. As much as I hate to say it, because usually women, if you wait long enough, they are the ones who will say, what are we? What are we? Even though I told them not to. And so for a guy to say it, it's like, And that's because you want the behaviors associated with that title, especially the exclusivity, because now you don't want anyone else to be with her. But the fact is that even if someone gives you the title, if they don't have the accompanying behaviors, then it's pointless. It's like being a queen without any power, kind of like the Queen of England right now. I mean, royalty used to have a lot of power hundreds of years ago, and right now she's just a figurehead with no real power. That's why I don't place too much importance on titles, because if someone wants to be exclusive even without the title, if they only want to see you, they will. And if they don't, even with the title, they will continue, because the guy that I dated that I did the video about in my breakup, he was one of the few people that I actually said to him that, I wanted to be exclusive, and he agreed, but was he exclusive? No. So, okay. Continuing on. I said it seemed like we were friends with benefits, which offended her. Oh, I don't see why. She stated that if that was the case, she wouldn't have driven an hour to see me because there were plenty of men near her. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she wanted to have sex with any of them. This is true, as she's a Playboy model. She's Playboy model gorgeous and could have any man she chose. Well, every guy likes to think that their girlfriend can have any man they want, but this is just simply not true, okay? I mean, you want to think that your girlfriend is gorgeous, but that doesn't mean she can have any man she wants. But as Robert Greene says, our desires narrow the scope of our vision, and so you assume that everyone wants her. If she's coming to see you, it's because she wants to. But it doesn't mean that, she can have any guy near her. Okay, in these instances, I would usually pull back and we would enter sort of a no contact period because I felt disrespected. Well, I don't understand why you feel disrespected. If you're not official, then what's the problem? She's free to do what she wants. I felt disrespected and felt it was up to her to correct things. Most of the time she would end up contacting me, but sometimes I would. And that's another mistake. If you're pulling away, but then you come back, then it looks weak. It's like, if you're going to pull away, then stay away. Otherwise, don't pull away and find another way to deal with things. And just to go back to something in the previous sentence where she said, where she got offended because you said it's friends with benefits. Well, that's what it is. I mean, she may not like those words, but that's basically what it is. Many times we would both post things on social media to indirectly communicate with each other, such as liking photos, posting songs, etc. Several times she posted videos of herself listening to one of our songs. We had our own playlist on YouTube. And she did this at work or at a park we used to go to. When we reunited, she confirmed that she was attempting to communicate with me indirectly by doing these things. Okay, you guys, you're in your 50s. Like, why do you need to be communicating indirectly through social media? That's usually what people in their 20s do. But okay, they post these cryptic messages. So although she's the one that refused to officially call us boyfriend-girlfriend, she would say we were getting to know each other better and we were on the way to boyfriend-girlfriend. Shut up! Oh my God. Really? I mean, you dated for 16 months. Like, how long does it take to get to know each other? Yeah, we're on our way. Don't worry, we're almost there. Oh, we're so close. We're just so close, but we're not quite there. Nothing like dangling the carrot to make sure that you didn't go anywhere. She asked me several times if I was seeing anyone else. I would get upset at her when she asked this. That's a beta move. Why get upset that she asked a question? I mean, she can ask the question if she wants to. If you don't want to answer, just say that's none of your business. But I don't know why I know why you would get upset, because you wanted her to be exclusive and she wasn't. But there's no need to be upset. I told her she had no right to ask me this since she was the one who was refusing to be official and that she knew I wanted to be. So he wouldn't answer her, and I told him that he should have. An alpha would be, yeah, I'm dating someone else. Yeah, I'm dating other people. Sure. Like, why? You don't need to hide it. If you're not exclusive, then you don't want to hide it. You want to tell the truth. But betas, because they're always operating from fear, they don't want to tell the truth a lot of the time because they think they're going to push you away, where actually in reality, usually it's actually going to bring you closer. So a beta will be like, no, I'm not seeing anyone else. And meanwhile they are. Or I'm not going to answer that, which means that they are seeing someone else. And in fact, he says, in reality, I saw and dated other women, but only because she refused to be official. I think she suspected this, but I never confirmed it until these last 6 months when we have not been dating. She always claimed that she did not go out with anyone else or have sex with anyone, but I always doubted this based on her behaviors. She did admit she talked to other people, but nothing more. Nothing like a former detective being suspicious of you. About a month after we stopped dating last November, she admitted she went out with someone else after I told her she was lying regarding a text conversation we were having. Can you spell manipulative? Like, really? Oh, well, you said that I was lying, so fine. I'm going to go out with someone else because you said I was going out with someone else. I mean, stop it. She said she only went out with him because of what I said, right, but admitted they had been talking for a while and that she frequently talked about me to him. She said she couldn't be with him, though, and that she felt horrible because he had fallen for her. Okay, now listen closely. This is where it gets juicy. About a month later, I contacted her late at night and stopped by with her permission and spent several hours with her. No kissing or sex, just lots of hugging and touching and talking. I stopped by her house late the next night, unannounced, dun, 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 and found this guy's car in the driveway. I kind of flipped out. Tell me, how do you kind of flip out? You either flip out or you don't. You can't kind of flip out. I banged on the door. Nothing like having a former army soldier and cop banging on your door and made a scene wanting to talk to both of them. I would have come to the door and I would have said, do you have a warrant? And then he'd be like, no. And then I'd say, well, then goodbye. So we did talk for a bit and I eventually left, and I've not seen or verbally communicated with her since then, mid-December. We messaged back and forth for a bit, and I told her I would never contact her again and that this man, David, not his real name, had nothing to worry about from me. Regardless, she and I both violated this and have stayed in contact. More beta behavior, you say, I'm never contacting you again. Not in that tone of voice. And then you contact her. So she has no respect for you. And I told him this. There's too many beta behaviors coming from him, despite the fact that, yes, he was in the Army and he was a former cop and now he's going to be a firefighter. It's not about physical strength. It's about your attachment style and your mental and emotional strength. So you can be the biggest, baddest guy around, but unless you're mentally strong, then mentally and emotionally strong, then you're going to make these mistakes. And the reverse is true. You can be the smallest, littlest, most petite woman, most delicate with the softest voice in the world. But if you're emotionally and mentally strong, then you're going to be a savage. So it has nothing to do with physical strength. Okay. So we've been friendly since mid-January. We'll comment on each other's media posts and message each other. On a few occasions, I felt she was attempting to indirectly communicate with me by posting videos of her listening to some of our songs again. I've done the same, but I've pushed the envelope a bit with more sexual flirting and casually suggesting we get together. While she has never directly shot any of these suggestions down, I don't feel as if she's ever really bit on any of them, either like she used to. Well, obviously not, because they haven't gotten together. I've also noticed that this man, David, who she had previously said fell hard for her, but whom she could not be with because, according to her, he's much younger than her. That's not the reason, please. There's women going out with younger guys every day. Will constantly and immediately like each and every photo she posts on social media. It's obvious he's stalking her on social media, even more constantly than I am. I've made some comments on some of her photos, and her response, if any, is usually lukewarm. But he will make nauseatingly flattering comments. And she will usually comment with a heart and say, "Thank you, handsome." Well, nothing like leading him on if she really isn't interested in him. But we don't know that now, do we? I have not asked or said anything about him to her since the early part of January and have been trying to play it cool. Good. Since she hasn't bitten on any of my more direct suggestions in the last 6 months about getting together, I can't tell whether she's being careful, breadcrumbing me to stroke her ego, attempting to keep me as plan B, or is in a legitimate relationship with this guy. Well, it could be any or some of the above. Only she knows. It's unclear who broke up in our relationship, and I feel the need to send her some sort of message to clarify things. Of course you do, because that is a beta mentality. Especially if I eliminate the minimal contact we have been maintaining and go into a more strict no contact phase. The message below is what I would like to send, and it accurately and truthfully relates my thoughts and feelings. So listen up. We had a rare connection and unbelievable chemistry, but you repeatedly chose to disrespect us and throw it all away. We both unfortunately did things that hurt each other, and I tried to take the responsibility for the things I did, apologize, and fix them. I hope that someday you will do the same, but now I see it will never happen. It's frustrating because it would have been so simple. And it's sad knowing that everything and everyone else was more important to you than us. I hope that someday you understand and appreciate how much I truly loved you and wanted us to work. So of course I said, that was my interpretation, that was my reading. Of course I said, oh hell no, you are not sending that. More beta behavior. So I said to him, you need to slowly back away. You should not have been in contact anyway these last 6 months. So you can't just disappear. That's going to be weird. So I told him to stop commenting on everything, to not initiate any contact, and just slowly back away until he is gone and she is reaching out. And even then, when she reaches out, she needs to say something more significant, because otherwise this is not going to go anywhere. I mean, it's been 6 months. So will no contact, well, we're going to find out if it works on a friends with benefits situation, but you really have no choice. So whether it's friends with benefits, you had one date, you dated for a month, it was casual, whatever, because it's about the other person's interest level. It's not about the status of the relationship or how long you were together. So regardless, always do no contact unless you cheated or you took your partner for granted. And even then, there has to initially be a period of no contact. And then you start making your moves. So, comment below and let me know if you were not exclusive with your ex. Then what were you? Were you friends with benefits? Just a few dates? Let me know. And in the meantime, if you would like my help to get your ex back, please go to theartoflove.net. The direct link is below and we will send you the rates. If this video has been helpful, please like, subscribe, and share so that we can help other people. If you're listening to a podcast, please rate and review. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.